And for some reason she wrote the 7 times 3 is 22, and she put an error. This is an error, and an error. She said that because you're going to disturb the sequence, because multiplication is actually addition. So, and then we came to grade 8 Arabic. That was a beautiful class. Everybody was talking Arabic, great, and it was comparison between city and village life. This is the Medina on the right, Al Qarya, not your Medina, it's the other Medina. Brother Ammar Atiyah from Medina Munawwara. So that was, I was blessed with his company today. Alhamdulillah. He broke the rules, several rules of driving, but it's okay. Allah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet of mercy. Great science 7. She was talking about the particles, the model of matter, and she went through the process of change and things like that. She assigned homework. It was good lesson, good solid lesson, but she missed the point. She did not connect the Quran, and she did not ask a kid to wonder about the rules and laws. What will happen if these rules and laws that control a matter disappear or change? What will happen to life, to us? So now we're going to do these 8 lessons. I am using the word Q-Cip. I'm using it as a verb with the apology from English teacher. Q-Cipping the 8 K lessons. Q-Cipping he means add the A and T, like the ayah and the tazkiyah part. Okay, the first one, Islamic education. You remember the Islamic education lesson. I want her to connect it to the ayah. Ayah, Surah Al-Baqarah 43, that says, وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَارْكَعُوا مَعَ الرَّاكِعِينَ. You kids who are doing the prayer, why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us in the Quran in that ayah. The kids should remember the ayah, where it is. And should also mention something about there is no place in the Quran that says pray. It's all aqimu salah, establish prayer, because there's a big difference between pray and establish prayer. So, and then you should also say a little bit about, look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how kind He is. He's not a dictator. Yes, He gave us an order to pray, but because He's so kind and He's so merciful and He's so compassionate, He makes you accept our weaknesses. When we are travelers, we can combine prayers. When we are sick, we can pray when we are lying down. If we cannot pray when we are lying down, we can just move our eyes. If the sisters have conditions, she can wait and later on and she can do them. Pray by the eyes. So I wanted this to add this A and T to give the full form. The Arabic language lesson. I want the teacher to talk about, to connect it to Quran 4, Ayah 86, where she's talking about expression of greetings. The Quran talks about greetings. وَإِذَا حُيِّيتُم بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ حَسِيبًا. Kids should know this. Should know this ayah. If it's not word for word, at least the meaning, or at least the number, or at least there is an ayah in the Quran that controls or guide our behavior. And tazkiyah here, to make things better or people better, Islam teaches us to give more than we take. You see what I mean? We hear Assalamu alaikum, we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Somebody tells me, Zayak, how are you? I tell him, how are you? Alhamdulillah, thank you very much. How are you do? You know, and so on. So we have, Islam is beautiful, create beautiful bonding with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A little bit, you don't have to spend hours in this. Just a quick occasion. You say, subhanAllah, look at this. See Allah. When somebody tells you Assalamu alaikum, you see, so what do you say? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There's an addition you add. And that's what you should do as Muslim. So the kids get in his head that it's a good idea, it's a good common sense that you go the extra mile, so to speak. French, also, she should have mentioned something about Quran 9:36. إن عدة الشهور عند الله 12 شهرا في كتاب الله يوم خلق السماوات والأرض. In French. And also the ayah about خلق السماوات واختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم إن في ذلك الآيات للعالمين. اختلاف اللسان, variation, linguistic variation, and linguistic in colors, facial, linguistic in colors in everything, in plants, people, animals, and rocks. It's a beautiful world, you know, like everything is different. And you put them together just like bouquet of flowers, everything's great, even including religion. Islam, Christianity, Judaism, and people who don't believe, and so on. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَهَدَاكُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. And the French tongue, as I said before, we should not really put down the French tongue because there's so many Muslims speak. We don't say that French is not the language of Muslims. On the contrary, a lot of Muslims speak English, speak French, and they speak German, they speak Italian. The Quran has been translated to almost every language in the world because there's so many people who speak that language. So don't put down any language. Physical education. So I just want the teacher to have just 1 minute, get the kids in group and remind them that we are doing, alhamdulillah, this here, we're building our bodies, making ourselves stronger, because the Prophet ﷺ said, Al-Mu'min al-Qawiyya khayr al-Mu'min al-Da'if wa fi kullin khayr. And we have to be strong in our bodies, in our spirit, in our heart. And it could be, in al-Ibadanik ala haqqa, we have to look after the body, the rights of the body, to nourish it, by doing exercises, by eating well, you see, by sleeping early, by staying away from drugs, alcohol, and you know that stuff. Of course, you offer age-appropriate material in this case, and nobody can find anything wrong with being strong, and the Quran makes us ask us to be strong. Language art, it's the same thing about اختلاف الألسنة. You can use it, but in the tazkiyah part, this is the ayah. The second one, tazkiyah, the knowledge. As a matter of fact, I made an error here. This the case should be T for tazkiyah. We should have mentioned the ayah that says, يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل لتعارفوا إن أكرمكم عند الله أتقاكم. A quick one, or the Muslim or the Islamic studies teacher will explain it in his class, and the kids come prepared. So this coordination and cooperation between the staff should take place based on the school program. So we learn languages in order to know each other, and without language we will not be able to know each other well. So there's nothing wrong with learning Arabic or French or German or Chinese for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to know each other. So we should know each other or make ourselves known to others. And people are enemies of what they don't know. You see what I mean? But if they know you, they will have peace with you. And this is one area Muslims are not doing a good job in, of opening up to the world according to this ayah, at-ta'aruf, to know each other, dialogue between religions, between cultures. You keep what you have, and we keep what we have. يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون لكم دينكم ولي دين. ماشي. Mathematics, I know this is very, very small here. I want to fit it in. She was talking about multiplication, and I just wanted to add that when you talk about al-ayah that when you spend, if you give 1 unit of khair, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you 7. And then multiply by 100. The one thing one good deed you do, you get 7 in return. And then you multiply by 100. So this multiplication. This is just an example, a quick example from the Quran. But also, if you do something bad, you get only one thing bad. You see, and this also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fair, more than fair. You see what I mean? I mean, what else can you expect? If you do something good, you get 700. If you do something bad, you only get one thing bad. Yeah. So you allow this kids think about it, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fair and just, and so on. Arabic, about the comparison between city life and village life,